from 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Tune in to catch Beatlemania.
1, 2, get down!
What's up, big and little homies? This is Masvita Maraire, host of Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your one-stop shop for Seattle sports. We cover preps, we cover college, we cover pro, we cover it all. Huskies, Mariners, Seahawks, Garfield, South, Roosevelt, Metro, King County. This is where you want to listen to for all the sports that's happening in Seattle. Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
The Washington State Nonprofit Conference is the largest gathering of nonprofit professionals in the state. Visit nonprofitwa.org to learn more about this powerful gathering of leaders, employees, board members, and nonprofit supporters. You can join May 13th and May 14th in person, or May 16th in Spokane, or May 20th in Tacoma. With 30 workshops, 4 keynote sessions, and 4 distinct learning tracks, the Washington State Nonprofit Conference is an incredible opportunity to connect with experts and discover resources and strategies to drive positive change in your organization. Ready for action? Register today at nonprofitwa.org.
Here with the Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update. You can listen to us in your car 24/7 anytime by downloading the free TuneIn app. Once you do, search Rainier Avenue Radio. And remember, do not curse out your fellow drivers. This has been your Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining another episode of Real Estate and Money. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Tina Lombard. How's everybody doing today? I'm so glad to hear you. Hey, Violeta. How are you?
Hi. Hello. Look at my screen. Trying to fix my screen. Hello.
Yes, hi, how are you?
I'm Violeta Strash with Coldwell Banker Danforth.
Hi.
Finally, you're going to be seeing my screen here real soon. Oh, today, oh my God, it's so blustery.
Yes, we can see something going on here.
Yeah. A lot of, I was out there delivering something and the wind is whipping around. It looks really bad right now. Wind, rain. Another lovely spring day.
Wow.
How about you?
Yes, it is. That's great. That's great. Well, no, it's beautiful here. It must be like 75 degrees or something. It's really nice. But last week we did have snow. I mean, just because we have, 75, 80-degree weather today does not mean it's not going to snow tomorrow. So count our blessings as we get it. It's beautiful outside right now. It's absolutely gorgeous. But the snow will come. It'll snow all the way until Mother's Day. So, but it's spring. I still have my spring colors on. I'm celebrating. I'm trying to bring in spring. But yes. So today we're going to talk a little bit about upsizing your home. Violeta's got some examples, and we're going to, at the very end, we're going to talk a little bit about taxes. Tax day is coming up April 15th, so I just want to make sure that we reiterate that date, and maybe we can go over some other dates for you. But today we're talking about upsizing.
Yeah,
Violeta, take it away.
Taxes are next week, right? Oh my God, everybody ready? It's next week. Well, we filed ours a while back, so I'm not worried about it. But those of you, I don't know, get an extension.
Yeah, I know. Yes,
you're not ready.
Or get them in. I still have my taxes. I still have my good friend Arlene eBay. She is down there in Lakewood, Washington, and she's been doing my taxes for almost 20 years. So she's going to have ones down here on one of those last moment tours. But you still have until April 15th.
Yes. Again, that is right around the corner. Oh my gosh. And then what comes after that?
So V here,
at the end of the month.
here V, tip your computer a bit. Tip your computer down a little bit because you're way down here. So tilt it up. Yeah, there you go.
Is that better?
Just a little bit more. There you go. Right there. Perfect. But a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah. There you go. Perfect. Right there, my dear. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right there. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us what you know about upsizing. What's going on with it?
Well, one last thing, a reminder for everyone: property taxes, if you pay them twice a year, due at the end of April as well. So be ready to throw out more money.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway.
I always have us with that. My property taxes, my tax returns paid for my property taxes. I have to work it that way. Yeah, but yeah.
You get that much money? Yes. I don't know. My property taxes are pretty high, so my
loan officers loan officers they snatch 50% of our commission.
No.
Yeah, so they take our taxes 50% up front.
Isn't that something?
So,
well,
so I usually have a big April 16th. You know, I get some money back. Yeah, but man, yes. So tell us a little bit about upsizing. What does that mean?
Yeah, what's happening right now? You know, a lot of people are. We have an aging population, and along with the aging part, there are young families that are growing, and their kids maybe at one time, you can be in a 3-bedroom home and 2 kids sharing, and then one in office. But nowadays, you got teenagers, you got sometimes college age kids are at your house if they're going to a school nearby. But chances are every one of these people need their own room, need their own space. So you're going to upsize from a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom to maybe a 4-bedroom, 2+, hopefully 3 bathrooms, because if you got the girls need their own bathrooms.
Yes. That's
if
right.
There are boys in the house.
That's for sure.
Right? So that would be ideal. And people, the market, let's back up a little bit. The market is heating up. Right, Tina? You're getting a lot of applications coming in. There are schools almost done for the year. So as we mentioned last time, people are going to want to go on vacation. They might want to buy now because you want to have a free and clear mind when you're on vacation, and say you want to upsize to a bigger home. You want to do it now, right around when the kids are done with school. So May, June. So that you can relax over the summer, come back in September or August and have, ready to be at school in your new neighborhood, right? And now the market, like I said, is heating up. There are multiple offers happening left and right.
Yes.
Don't even go in with, a full price offer, because sometimes it's not going to cut it. It's going to be a little bit more than that. Even with interest rates the way they are right now, fluctuating, people don't care. They want to just get into a house. And if you're upsizing, it's like, I got to get to that next house. And it's crazy right now. My business is so amazingly busy, which is great. But, I haven't seen it this busy in a while. So, I just wanted to show you, I have some buyers that are actually thinking, okay, in their case, they're empty nesters. They don't need a big house or downsizing, but they want to be away from King, Pierce, Snohomish County, where the property taxes are high. So they're looking at Kitsap, Island County, Thurston, and Skagit, up north, Skagit and Whatcom counties, just to get away from those property taxes. And, we're all paying for light rail, all paying all these high RT taxes. It's just amazing how much we're taxed in these 3 primary counties. But if you do need to stay in these counties, let me show you a PowerPoint, a page there Daniel has, hopefully. Do you have it, Daniel? There you go. There are 3 homes, and I'm looking at single-family homes in King County. That first home that you see is $800,000. It's a 5-bedroom, 3.75 bathrooms in King County Federal Way. So that's a fairly large home. It's a 1-story with a basement. And then we move on to Pierce County to the right over there. Look at that house. It's 2 stories with a basement, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Light on the bathroom, so we'll need to find another bathroom there somewhere. But it's only $725. So remember last year we were talking about the median price of homes. It's about $700. We looked at $500 last week when you're downsizing around that price range. Now we're looking at $750 to $800, and that this one was in Pierce County is $725, and then in Snohomish County, we're looking at this home in Everett. It's a 2-story, 4-bedroom, 2.25 bathroom for $750,000. So thank you, Danielle. That's what I have right now for you in our 3 primary counties. But again, you're more than welcome to search outside of these counties. Should your property taxes are, escalating in these 3. So there are people that say we don't have that couple I was talking about. The husband bought a Mustang or Camaro or something in 2023. His tabs this year was like $400 and some odd. And he's going, oh, holy cow, how much of that is, due to taxes? Well, he checked around. He's looking at Kitsap County. And out that way, he happened to talk to someone in the city government. And they said that your tabs here would be about $100 or so. Yeah. Because the rest of the taxes, the rest of the tabs price from Seattle is taxes. So if you don't want to pay those exorbitant car tabs, move out of these counties. That's the solution. But anyway, it's just amazing what's happening right now. So if you are upsizing, downsizing, now's the time to do it. Because, you're going to lose out on something if you don't get out there and battle it out with all the people. Or do you want to wait? You don't want to wait, because the longer you wait, Tina, what happens? The prices of homes go up. So
they just go up.
Yeah,
they go up.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what's going on right now with the upsizing market. 2 years. Oh. I don't know what happened. Tina, did you disappear? Okay. Oh, I see. I saw your note. But anyway, upsizing just to, make sure if you've got kids or you've got pets, everybody's looking for a large yard with that's fully fenced, for example, or, the 5 bedrooms. You have 3 kids, all of them need a bedroom, you need a bedroom, and then you have another room for an office if you got that 5-bedroom option with 3 3/4 baths. So it's a really good deal at $800,000, I think, to have all that and have a great view. So anyway, are you all good? Is everything okay? Can you hear us, Tina?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay, great.
So that's what I have for the upsizing. What else? What are other reasons?
Is that
other reasons why people are upsizing? Tina, do you have any other thoughts?
Yes. Yes, people are upsizing even when their kids leave the house. What they're finding now is that people are leaving because now they're footloose and fancy free. A lot of them, when their kids leave, they can go get all the expensive artwork, the leather chairs, the embroidered, linen carpets, everything. And there's no kids to have to house-proof. They can actually have the man cave. They can have a whole room dedicated to yoga, a whole room dedicated to whatever hobbies that they may have. So a lot of times when their kids are leaving, they're not downsizing, they're upsizing. A lot of them have adult kids that have children, so they're making more room for their
grandkids.
That's another reason why they upsize. So a lot of them are expecting out-of-town guests to also come with their kids to have a safe haven should they ever visit them for vacation. Another thing is that people are not having to be by the city. They're not having to be by any school districts or anybody's school or hobby or whatever. So a lot of them are just casting their cares away and going to the beach. They're going to the mountains. They're going somewhere that they always dreamed of. And they're not worrying about, hey, the kids have got to make it to school. Because, they got college, they got soccer. So a lot of the people are upsizing because, they're changing their destinations because they don't have to worry about being anywhere. A lot of them are retiring, so they don't have to drive to the office. They'd rather be out there on a mountain or a ski lodge or something like that. They'd rather be out there playing as opposed to having to be home. A lot of them, they say, are actually getting extra rooms as spare bedrooms in case people want to come over and visit. A lot of them are having holiday parties like Easter, the Christmas, the birthday parties. They want to be in an establishment so that everybody can come to their house for parties, believe it or not. And they're saying that if you do find a destination spot after you retire, you upsize, you're by the beach, you're on the mountain, you're somewhere in some groovy city or something, it's more likely that your kids will come back and visit you with grandchildren. So that's why people also have extra rooms and they are upsizing, which is a very interesting thing. And, a lot of times, we've got people.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times you have people, they've been in their house for, a good 18 years. Their kids, grown up and moved out, and they've got a great deal of equity in their home. They maybe have 50% equity. They want to finally get their dream home now that their kids are gone, and nobody's going to ruin their cars. Nobody's going to ruin, their dishes or anything like that. So a lot of them, they're like, well, what am I going to do? A lot of times, yeah. I mean, a lot of them, their retirement, so their pay has decreased by 25% to 50%. So a lot of them are doing things like they're getting bridge loans. And a bridge loan is when you take out a loan against your house for the sole purpose of taking that money out, put it towards the down payment of another house, and then put your house on the market. And you have up to 12 months to sell that house. So a lot of people are doing bridge loans, and so they're not waiting around to sell their house before they find another one. A lot of people are doing reverse mortgages. Reverse mortgages are not the reverse mortgages of the past where, nobody got your house, interest rate was insane, people were underwater by the time that they were able to pay off the house. Now the new reverse mortgages are handled by FHA. And so a lot of people are saying, hey, I'm going to sell my house here. I'm going to take the proceeds I'm going to put down on another house that's bigger, more fabulous, and a better destination. I'm going to put most of the money down and not have a mortgage payment because it is because they don't require a mortgage payment, and now you're in a spot where you're retired, and so your income is half what it normally is. So not having a mortgage payment and being retired is a very good thing. So they can swap out and have a lot of fun. So 65 is the new 40, right? 65 is the new 45, right? And so a lot of the 65 they're ready to go. And so a lot of them are saying, hey, now that you guys are done ruining my house, putting holes in the wall. And now, hey, I'm going to get the house by the mountains with the swimming pool. I'm going to have all my exotic cars. I'm going to have TVs in every room. I'm going to have a yoga station. I'm going to have a chef's kitchen. So a lot of people are upsizing because they can.
Like you have a music room with your grand piano in there.
So it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. What's that?
Oh, I said you have a music room with your grand piano in there. You have a huge home for you and your daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have. Yeah. Well, no, she's not touching it. No, she's not touching. I tell you what, and V, I'm so glad you brought that up. I bought my beautiful grand piano, and it's astonishing. It's a kawaii. It's absolutely beautiful. But the thing is with my piano is when I had little kids, there's no way I'd have that piano. It would not survive. They'd be playing all this stuff on it and banging it, and
Yeah.
So now I've got a piano. My daughter's an adult, and she's not touching it. She doesn't have peanut butter fingers, and eating fried chicken and playing piano, and none of that stuff's going to happen. But when I was in a house with my kids young, there's no way. And then if I left, I come back to piano, peanut butter all over it. Something's out too, and all that kind of stuff. So now I have adult toys, and I didn't buy my piano until I had a house and my kid was an adult. And even now I have really nice clothes. There's a whole bunch of different things I have in my house, and if I had little kids, there's no way they would take hers, they would take my shoes, they would take my makeup, my jewelry, and go to the school play or whatever it is. And I can't I can't have that. But now now I have a hot tub. When I was when the kids were little, there'd be fear that they'd jump in the hot tub, and not come out or something, or their friends would be in the hot tub, unbathed and everything else. So now I got a hot tub when my kids were here. I couldn't do that. I could not do that.
And in a Filipino
so there's a lot to building, and once you retire, it's not that normal.
Sorry about the delay. I keep hearing a delay here, but I was going to say in a Filipino household, I don't know about you, but my mom or my aunts or grandparents, they used to have plastic all over their furniture, right? And those plastic runners all over the house.
Yep.
Because of the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So now that you're older, you have your own house, get rid of all that plastic, right? All the kids are gone. Plastic and plastic runners.
Oh yeah, and I'm telling you, I thought my parents were crazy. But I had some people come in here with their kids, and they were jumping on my furniture, jumping on, taking drinks, pouring drinks all over the place. So I understand why my parents did it. I understand, French fries underneath the couch and stuff like that, chicken nuggets underneath the couch, all that type of stuff. But so now, now it's different. Now I can buy nice furniture and they're not going to jump on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids and
so
pets.
There's a
pets.
I tell people now oh my gosh.
My sister has her son, her daughter-in-law, they lived at their house for like a year while they were looking for something for themselves. And they had 2 cats. The cats scratched her lovely furniture. They peed all over. I don't know why. My sister's crazy, but she had white carpeting. The cats peed on the carpeting. She ended up putting plastic on her furniture. Now she gets why my mom put plastic.
Oh, I don't blame her.
Crazy.
I tell you what. Yeah. I have a little dog. Actually, my daughter has a little dog. And I'm like, get him. You can't, he's running around the place like a squirrel. I'm like, no, you need to get him. This is my house. Take your little dog, put him on a leash and take him outside, but yes, even your choice of animals change when you upsize.
Upsize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. But if you guys are out there and your kids are gone and they're in college and you and your husband are just looking at each other, and there's a house, you got equity in it, consider, talk to Violeta, call me up and see, hey, if I want to make a move and go live on the peninsula, if I want to go up in the Cascades or if I want to buy somewhere, and on the river at the gorge, something, give us a call and see if you can make it happen. A lot of times people don't realize they can rent the house that they're in. They can sell the house to a bridge loan and the house that they're in. They can do all types of things. You don't have to sell your house to upsize. You can get a renter in there or do something. But, we're at the age now, V. We're still at the bottom of the baby boomers. I think I'm the last year baby boomer or something. But you've got baby boomers that are still a large part of the population.
Oh, yeah.
And, we got money to play. We got things to do, places to go, people to see. And, if you're an empty nester and, you're still healthy, wealthy, and trying to do your thing, give us a call. Maybe you can get a house in Florida. get a condo in Florida, Maybe you can get a house, in San Diego or a condo in New York. Who knows, But give us a call and see what you can do. Don't just sit there and stare at each other, As the kids come back and bounce around in their same bedroom, send a message. Hey, we're new. You guys are gone. We're living our 20s, We're doing our thing. When you come to visit, not to come beneath our whole refrigerator, Yeah.
That's right. The bigger houses for all the people to come visit you, and then go home. Don't hang out. Go home.
Yes.
You can stay there for a little vacation. That's it.
Yes.
So Tina, do you have some?
Yes. It's so cool right now. Yeah.
Oh, do you have some news for us to share? What's happening
regarding
with the station? Do we have any announcements?
Announcements? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have an announcement. Earth Deserves More Than a Day returns to Rainier Avenue Radio later this month from the 21st to the 26th, featuring environmental justice themed broadcast daily from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. That's great. Yes. Yeah, V. I'm telling everybody. I'm telling everybody right now. You've got 1 week for tax time. If you're scared, if you're anxious, don't be. Grab a couple of your W-2s, and some of your mortgage interest statement, whatever you got to do, go down to whoever tax accountant that can help you, and just give them everything. If you're missing something, they'll tell you. I need your car registration. I need your donations to your church. Did you get that? Don't be scared. Just walk into whatever tax accountant you want to go to, or call your CPA up. Even if you have a business, a lot of people have businesses, and it's just too much. Just call a CPA and say, listen, this is what I want to do. And my CPA, she just sends me a link, and she tells me what to upload. I upload it here from Colorado. She does them in Washington State. I am not smart enough to know what all my deductions are, or the common, the new laws. So she's worth every dime when I spend money for somebody else to do my tax returns. But if you're out there and you're afraid, you're scared, you just don't know what to do, just call a CPA up. If you need to file an extension, they'll file one for you. But you don't want to miss. And Violeta and I always get people who don't file the tax returns.
Yes, we do. And they're scrambling at the very end.
All right.
And then all you need to do, have a shot of tequila.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yes, that's all you need. That'll clear up everything. But it's true though. If you do, if you're scared or whatever, call somebody up. Me and Violeta sometimes we'll get people who want to qualify, and I'm like, I need your tax returns, and they just never give me their tax returns. I'm like, what's up? And they're like, well, we didn't file them. Okay, no, that's okay. There are some loans out there that you can get legally, and they're good loans. They don't require tax returns. But if you're looking at getting a loan and you're wanting a down payment assistance or FHA or VA, you got to file your tax returns. It's not as scary as you think. Violeta, I have some people, they haven't filed for 3 years, since 2022. I don't care. Just file them, Get with a tax accountant and do all three. And a lot of times, and it's forgive and forget, just go ahead and take care of it. Don't be scared. You got tax day coming up. Just call somebody or walk into one of the tax repair places and say, hey, what do I need? And they'll tell you what you need. So don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Just get it done. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think our time is up.
Yeah, and I've been audited before. Have you been? Yeah. Yes, that wraps everything up. I was gonna say, Violeta, that I've got audited before because I had like 4 different businesses, and it's not pretty. So and it was
what a nightmare
because of my stupidity. The reason why I was writing this out, I didn't know I didn't know the laws. So just give it to a tax accountant. Or give it to a tax accountant, then to get audited. It's a nightmare. You don't need to lose sleep.
Yes.
If they're going to charge you $500 to do it, it is cheaper than an audit. Just get it done.
Okay.
So, all right. But anyways, that wraps it up. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us today.
See you next time.
Real Estate and Money. Okay. See you next week. Bye-bye.